Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
I'm close.
Oh, damn. What up, y'all? We back. The ladies' room is back. Y'all know who it is. We got Frankie. We got Nikki in the building.
What up, though?
And y'all know me, it's Coop.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, world?
So the first topic we got tonight is feminine versus
No, first we're going to talk about some current events. I want to talk about the 14-year-old.
Oh, man. Okay,
Let's
okay.
talk about that, and then we're going to run that into
Let's talk about it.
crazy, right?
So, we all got boys, right?
Yeah,
I got two girls.
Oh, you are so... I feel for you.
Two girls.
Go on to get y'all pistol ready for when they get older.
Right. No, I got 4 boys.
Okay, I have 2 boys.
Yeah, 4 boys. Yeah.
Okay, so what happened?
So, the mother. This happened in Chicago, right? So the mother was in the restaurant getting some food, I guess, or whatever. Dude comes in. They don't know if he was on something or whatever.
Somebody phone up. Frankie.
Is that me? I turned my volume down. Okay.
Cut that off.
I did cut it off. So he started hitting the woman. So apparently, I guess she called her son in. It's like, hey, it's an altercation coming here. Son came in, seen the dude molly-whopping his mama.
Exactly, and handled his business. They got arrested, charged.
And they were dropped.
They were dropped, yeah, they definitely did.
But they
drop them
still got
charges.
charged.
Okay.
She got charged, I think, with what? First degree?
Yeah,
They
that's what they trying to charge
charged her
her
with
with.
first degree murder. That was crazy.
That was crazy, but I also feel like when they said she texted him, I don't believe in my heart that she told her son, come in here and shoot this nigga. I believe she told her son, bring me my shit. It's a nigga in here tripping. And when he came to that door and he saw what he was doing,
reacted. Okay.
He reacted, right? Because they did say that she was a licensed
yeah,
carrier. So she probably was like, that's probably what she did. She was like,
she probably told him, bring me my shit. You know.
And then when he walked in, he seen that what was happening. Hey, it is what it is.
I mean, that's how I feel about it, It's unfortunate because he did have 2 daughters, and I feel like he was not thinking about his daughters. You could not have been thinking about them. No.
Absolutely not. But
because now your daughters, unfortunately, they're probably going to get your karma. They ain't got nobody there to protect them. Except for them ghetto-ass people that he related to out here that's been making all these weird posts, but... You can't be mad that the world feel like that. You were in the wrong. And like y'all said, he hit another chick and put her in the hospital.
He had just
48
hours before.
See,
so
I ain't know all that.
Yeah, but then you think about it. Now here you got a man out here that's literally beating on women. Like to the point that if you can beat on just a random woman
exactly
in
what
a
are
restaurant,
you doing at home?
you already doing that.
Yeah, that wasn't new.
That's
that
not
definitely
nothing
wasn't
new.
new. That
It's
wasn't
not
new.
nothing. That wasn't nothing new. So what was you showing your daughters from the get go? Because
trash.
your
He
daughters
was trash.
saw that, like, come
the
on.
chick
now.
that was with him was trash because she was egging him
She was
on to
egging
do
him
it.
on.
She was trash. I just feel like they could have.
She probably felt that it was okay.
She probably
Because
because
he
he be beating
probably
her
be
ass.
beating her ass too.
Shit,
Right.
she probably happy she ain't got to get her ass beat no more.
That might be true. That might be very
I'm
true.
just
She
saying.
like, shit, y'all took care of that for me.
When my BD got up out of here, I was happy because I ain't got to get my ass beat no
I
more.
gotta get my ass beat no more.
I ain't got to deal with that.
That's crazy, right? But I think they did right by dropping them charges.
Oh, yeah, I
though.
don't think that should have been charged. It's a sticky situation, but at the same time, he was scared.
He was scared, and that was absolutely self-defense. Like,
Yeah, it was.
He's 14. That's
Exactly. What was he
all
supposed to
knew
do
was
at
protect
14?
my
Right.
mama, right?
Right.
Right.
And I would not have been mad at my son just like she wasn't. Thank you, son. Kudos to you, son, for looking out for your mama.
But then also, you got to think of the emotional trauma that kid is gonna have.
Oh yeah, he's
you know
definitely
what I'm
gonna.
saying? Like he gonna need some therapy, some counseling. Like that's gonna be
Most
a long.
definitely.
And then the consequences and repercussions of the fact that they did get off. You know what I'm saying? And then like the streets don't.
People
forget.
definitely were saying that they was being threatened, but. Look, any of y'all out there in the shy trying to threaten them, trust they got more people behind them than y'all do on his side. It's way more people out there that's gonna be willing to stand up for her and her son, versus that ignorant nigga.
Yeah,
and that's just on that. I mean. I'm sorry y'all lost a son, a father, and all that, but at the same time,
if he wasn't doing what he was doing,
he'd still be here.
He would still be
beating
here.
on other people, beating on the bitch.
And he was literally beating on her like she was a grown ass. Like it wasn't no slap. I mean, he was fist like pounding on her. Like what? And then they said that she didn't even fight back. All she did was like put her hands up.
Yeah.
In self-defense. Like how?
Yeah,
and you just hitting on this woman.
He would have had less dreads fucking with me. Cause I'm sorry, I'm sorry. We would have been tussling before my son. Before I could even text my son, me and him would have been physically fighting. I'm sorry. You're not about to get in my face. None of that shit. Nope.
No.
Try somebody else.
No, it's gonna be on and popping before my It's gonna be on and popping before my son even came in here.
Exactly. He gonna see us rolling around on the ground like, "Mine, get off of him."
Yeah.
Get off of him.
Cause me, like, I be like, he really wasn't no big dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a little skinny, little. Right. I'd be like, shit, I could take him. I could take him.
Man,
I think I could do this.
I could do it. I could take him.
But you know what, Nikki? I'm glad you said that because the part where you said, like, when it happened to your kid's father, it saved you, from what you went through. Because some people probably thinking like, what if that was your brother and your baby daddy? And you like, well, it was. And I felt like he had it coming.
Yeah, I mean, it's only so much negative that you could put out into the world until you start reaping what you saw. Right. And a lot of people fail to realize that. I try to humble myself as much as I can because of that. But at the end of the day, I can't even get mad at the situation I was in. Whether it was somebody else or not, it happened. It happened for a reason. I'm no longer in an abusive situation with a narcissist that's talking to the whole world, including myself. So,
But you know what? The crazy thing is, like, for me, having 4 sons. Okay, his family, his siblings, his kids, his baby mama, his cousins, they all knew that he was a woman beater.
They definitely knew. That was not a secret.
It wasn't nothing that they didn't know. Now, for me, having grown sons, I got sons that's 21 years old. If I know that you hitting on a woman,
exactly,
I don't care what woman, I'm gonna beat your.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna step to them boys like, oh, you hitting on women.
Call one of your sisters if it's a problem.
No, I'm will flat out tell them, you want to hit a woman, hit me. And hit me.
Right. They're not gonna do it.
I didn't teach y'all to hit women, and I'd be damned if I have my kids out here, my boys hitting on women.
You right.
I don't care how old you are. If any woman ever come to me and say my son hit you, I'm checking that nigga. Right then and there. You bet not never. I'm going to sock that nigga right in the jaw. And they're going to be like, damn, did my mama just hit me? Absolutely, I did. Because that's just what you just did to her.
Right. Exactly.
So, now. And I'm going to look at him like, now hit me back. Hit me back.
I definitely don't.
I want to see you do it.
Because words are words. I mean, even if somebody say something that's piercing your soul, they not. It's just words.
It's no excuse for a man to hit a woman.
It's not.
I'm not saying now.
If a female hitting on a man first, and they gotta get her up off of him, I can see that.
I can see that.
Pushing her or whatever.
Some people think I'm wrong for this. I don't believe that anybody's above ass whooping.
No, they not.
Not at all. But I feel like if a man is hitting on a woman, like let's say one of my sons, his girlfriend is sitting on me, I'd be like, tell your sister to go get her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was saying before.
Go get your sister.
Call your sister.
Call your
if it's
sister.
a problem.
Call your cousin.
Exactly.
Tell her to come over here and whip this bitch ass. Like,
Somebody else needs to do
come.
this.
I need you to come handle this for me.
Yeah.
And that's the same vice versa. You know what I'm saying? If my daughter have a problem with her nigga, you don't call your brother. Tell him to come handle that.
Now it make me feel like the chick he was with was a weak ass bitch, because why you just ain't step in then? You was standing right there, or he beat you up too bad at home that you didn't want this big lady to beat you up.
But why was you egging him on? Why was you encouraging him?
Because she was happy he wasn't whooping her ass.
That's probably
she was happy.
She
was happy it wasn't her. Yeah, it's somebody else that gotta deal with that.
Somebody else getting ass whooping.
Exactly, it's
today.
not me. It's somebody else. So
okay,
yeah,
see, that's
you know.
that's
Yeah, you could
bullshit.
definitely tell he done did that before.
Oh hell yeah, he did that shit before, and
that was his MO, because he had just did it 2 days before and put the woman in a hospital. So that was what he do.
That's crazy.
And unfortunately, his karma.
It came a little quicker than others. And then memes on Facebook was so wrong, but I was laughing at all of them talking about he went in for a burger and came out with wings.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Or
looking
he
at
said,
the comments, we got somebody saying what up, and then somebody said that was real low.
what was real life?
What was real low?
Him doing that.
I'm
assuming.
I hope that's what you're talking about, Lisa. Hey, girl.
Right. Hey, Lisa. Hey, David. DJ Blends 313.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, maybe they made the mics. Maybe this is real low.
But crazy
Keep
though.
talking.
So
Okay.
that
I know my loud ass ain't low. I'm loud as shit.
that's that kind of go into our topic kind of about
It
women, you know, taking shit and it going as far as like the females being too masculine in today's society.
I feel like because I'm an only child and I've always been by myself, men don't like the fact that I'll basically do everything myself. I don't really need you for more than busting a nut. I have everything. I'm just saying, like it's the truth. I change tires. I play with cars. I have AAA, so if I need anything handled, they gonna come tow it to wherever it, you know. I make my own money. I'm not dependent on a man for anything. I really, after that whole situation I was in, I don't want a companion anymore, because I won't say it's hard for me to trust. It's hard for me to believe what I see.
So does that make you masculine, or does that just make you a strong woman? Like,
I already was masculine as hell because it's just me. I've climbed trees. I was a tomboy for most of my life. Like, they have to beg me to get in heels now because I'm just so comfortable in my gym shoes and yoga pants and leggings all the time. Like, I just, you know.
Okay, so see, well, I don't think that makes you masculine. Like, it just makes you, like, I think it's a difference between being masculine and being like independent and strong.
Masculine, like you talking about like a stud, or you talking about like
okay, like y'all see all the reels and stuff on Facebook, and everybody is talking about, you know, how women want to wear the boxers in a relationship, and they want to, they want to run shit. They want to run shit.
Yeah, like D Wade and Gabrielle Union. Cause she's giving I have a dick energy.
How?
Have you not seen how this man dressed now and how she be acting?
I have seen how he.
Yeah, it's dressed. It's like they switched roles. Tracy. Hey Tracy, how you doing?
Hello.
Yeah, it's like they switched roles. Like, I've seen them both. She had on big ass clothes. He had on tight leggings, and it was just
but that's like Gab and D Wade. Like, that's not, you know, a normal. Is that? But they're not normal. Okay, I'm talking about
you
the
not
normal.
Say they're not normal.
Okay, money. Come on now, y'all. Y'all seen dudes wearing capris and shit. Yeah. Them NBA, like, that's not. Yeah. You are not gonna see no dude walking down 7 Mile with some capris on. Like, but you see them NBA players.
You damn sure might.
You might. You might. It's a lot. Like,
don't put it past.
They out here wearing purses.
They are.
They're wearing man bags with their purses. Yeah, I know a lot of D boys that carry. Like, I remember one time, I'll never forget, this one dude was like, "Hey, go get my Burberry man bag out the car," and I'm like, "Ah, okay." So I went, and I'm like, "I ain't seen no man bag. I just saw a little purse back there." He like, "It's a man bag. Look at the tag."
He did not say man bag.
I swear to God. And the tag said Burberry man bag, $860, and I'm just like,
so it's like it's like the
it's a crossbody, but it was a purse.
Crossbody.
It was a purse. That was a purse.
So I want to back up a little bit because you said like you don't see yourself with a companion because of like your masculinity, right? I think the problem is people are going out seeking relationships but still want to wear the pants. They seeking somebody to take care of them, but they want to wear the pants.
Okay, so what I see is that in today's day and age, women are taking care of themselves.
They are. Women are working and men be laying around at home.
Yeah, so that is very intimidating to men. And then they take that as, oh, you trying to be a man, you trying to be masculine. So I'm gonna tell you this. So I had a conversation. Remember, I was telling you, I was like, this got to be the topic this week. Okay, yeah. So here's the conversation that I had. Okay, so I was told that the reason that past relationship did not work was because I have too much testosterone.
What?
I was told that I have too much testosterone, and talking to me is like talking to a man. I was like, huh?
How did they elaborate on that, or did they just say, hey, you act like a dude? Like, did they give you reasons? I need to know.
Yeah,
what
I need
the
to know what the
were.
examples were.
Because what I got out of it was, I'm not a sit down and take it type of woman. I talk back.
I do too.
I'm gonna talk back. So he's like, whatever. If you ask me a question and I give you an answer, you have to accept my answer whether you like it or not. It is what it is. And I was like, what? No, if I don't like your answer, we're going to talk about this. Cause
right.
Just because it's your answer don't mean it's correct.
Right.
But because I don't sit down, shut up, and take it and let this man do whatever it is that he want to do and say whatever it is that he want to say, I'm being.
We got Mike on the mic.
So he wanted you to be a yes bitch, basically. He just wanted you to yes. What you said is right.
He's like, don't question what I do with my money. Don't question where I'm at, what I'm doing, who I'm doing it with. All you need to be concerned with is when I'm in front of you. And because I have questions, and I'm like, this don't make sense to me.
So was y'all just friends, or y'all was in a relationship?
Because he
sounded like he just wanted to be your friend. And
that sounds just as toxic. That sounds like no different than toxic femininity. That was toxic masculinity, where he's trying to control you and manipulate you.
Right.
That is the same. Right. That was him. And him operating in that mode sounds like he's been a victim of toxic femininity so much that now he's copied that pattern.
Hey,
he's projecting that onto me. He's
copied that pattern. Oh, there go your baby daddy.
You know about to be talking about me and Phil, okay? That's my dog.
Dr. Phil. That's his new name.
I like
Mickey
Phil.
Buns and Dr. Phil.
Don't be a hater. I got a friend overseas.
I know you got a friend overseas in the UK.
No, we need you to get back over there because we need to.
Okay, so I was told, literally that I have too much testosterone, and basically I need to sit down and shut up.
Well, all that sounds like is that you had a mentality that challenged him too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You thought maybe a little bit more than he wanted you to think and rationalize for yourself.
Yes.
And you had critical thinking and observation skills to the point where you were not allowing him to get off what he wanted to get off.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And
that sounds more manipulative.
I challenged.
That's what. That's what he was.
I challenged him too much because I'm not to sit down and take it.
You're not the yes, ma'am.
I'm not. I'll talk back and not even so much a
not
talk
back, but
I got questions.
But you know what? And sometimes men will to men that just you having an opinion will register as you being now you're challenging him or you're too masculine.
I'm too masculine. I got too much. His exact words was, "I have too much testosterone."
No different than a man not being allowed to have an opinion about things in relationships or in general. Period. I mean, we ain't allowed to have an opinion about nothing in regards to a woman. God forbid it be something that we don't like. We can't talk about it.
See,
why do you feel that way? Because y'all still do.
No. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that men don't, but I'm saying we are ridiculed for it to the point where now it's like you can't. Like you see posts all day about women talking about men sharing their opinion on women or relationships in the aspect of something that they don't like. And these women are saying these niggas is gay. They always talking bad about women. It's like you can't. So we can't say nothing in regards to expressing our feelings about situations where we didn't like something. You know what I mean? This is part of the reason why so many relationships fail because people, men and women, are not able to communicate about the things that they don't like without being ridiculed about it, or without the other person deflecting and saying, "But you did this." We can never get to the resolution of any of the problems if we're deflecting or not taking accountability for the shit that we're doing.
But nobody really wants to take accountability for what they do now. They always pointing a finger.
Deflect. That's basically what I'm saying.
And they always say, one, if you point your finger at somebody, there's always three pointed back at you. Take a look at yourself and what you doing first.
And not enough people had that kind of observation to step outside of themselves and see themselves from anything other than their own mentality to come to a conclusion enough to say, you know what, I might have been wrong about this, or maybe
that's
I could.
Just how I'm is.
Yeah, you just supposed to deal with it. You like, I had one chick, like, just for example, this ain't got nothing to do with relationships, but in a way it do because it's a business relationship, right? On the podcast, and it was one of the clients, and one of the girls was just hogging the mic. She wouldn't let nobody else talk. Like literally, like every time somebody, just how you said, "Oh wow," it's like, yeah, man. Like she just always got to cut in. I'm like, damn, like let somebody else breathe for real. So like I tried to respectfully tell her that sometimes it's like traffic, right?
Right.
The light green, red light, green light. You gotta let other motherfuckers go. And then her excuse for being the way she was, well, my auntie and my mama is just loud and talkative like that, and that's just how I am.
But you grown as hell.
Right. So now, and with saying that means that you, and then the crazy part about it is you're saying that, so you realize that you're like that, but you're saying it in a way that you feel like that we're just supposed to accept it and deal with it. You're not supposed to correct it. We're just supposed to accept it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But the thing, you realize that you're like that. You're saying that you know you like that, and you know where you got it from, and you still ain't willing to change.
And
you want the world to bend to you.
Yeah.
And the world is wrong. And she quit the show after that.
Yeah,
that was her last show. I swear to God, that was her last show. And you know me, I'm not cutting into it. I'm just trying to give her a professional, respectful, productive.
She couldn't take the criticism.
Can't take the criticism.
I mean, I don't necessarily like criticism because some people just be trying to find a way to say something that they don't like about you.
Listen, it's a difference between being criticized pessimistically and being criticized optimistically.
Right.
You're right. Yeah, it really.
I need you to repeat that.
It's a difference between being criticized pessimistically as opposed to being criticized optimistically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Giving people a productive criticism as opposed to telling you what you didn't do. How about, and that's like even when, and I tell people too, even when it comes to like training people on the podcast, I'm always trying to tell them or expound on what they did good first.
Exactly.
I'm not going to tell, oh, well, you didn't do this right, you didn't do that. I'm going to tell them, because to make them feel better about it, so they will, you know what I mean? I'm not going to tear you down about it, and that's in anything, you know what I mean? As far as relationships, friendships, I'm going to tell you or expound on, magnify what's good about you before I be waving the flag about what, oh, this motherfucker ain't shit. And like, that's.
But then there's
toxic.
also those people I have dealt with these two, who will tear you down, and then try to build you up, and then say, "Hey, I did that," and then they want credit for like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Those are people like
you be like, what?
Those are that's a narcissistic.
You this. but oh, you beautiful, but you pretty, but you know, and then it's
It's
like
a butt.
That's like old girl.
it's always a butt.
Old girl that was just in your inbox said you look mean and you act mean,
She
but
did.
you're nice.
She did. She said,
What kind of shit was that? That was
Yeah,
that was a
that was
little
weird.
passive aggressive
Like,
compliment,
what?
backhanded slap in the face. Thank you, ma'am. Like what the fuck?
did.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that was
compliment you
weird.
and be
Like
I'm
a
a
backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
Right.
a backhanded compliment. Yes. Like why? Like what's the purpose? Like literally.
You
like,
said
what's
that to say what?
You said that to say what?
Because she wanted to be your friend. She could have just said, "Hey,
I
I guess that's her way of saying that. I want to be your friend. Like I think you mean, like I think you was being mean to me, and you look kind of mean, but I really feel like you nice. Can you be nice to me? Type shit. That's some old chemical imbalance ass shit right there.
Yeah, that was real weird.
I don't really know what the purpose.
I don't know what her angle was to be talking to you anyway, but I mean, I guess maybe she just wanted a friend.
But why, like, why do people have to act like that? Why do people have to respond to other people in that way? Like, what makes you think that they're talking to other people that way is okay and acceptable?
Because people
And
are
then-
weird.
Because it's
and
acceptable.
they care.
And
Because-
then want them to sit down and shut up and take it and not say nothing back to you.
Because in their minds, they want you to see it. They want you to see it and hear it how they're saying it in their mind, regardless of the words that are coming out of their mouth and the definitions of the word. They've concocted an idea in their own mind about what they're saying to you, and they want you to understand it. They the world revolves around them, and the world is supposed to understand how they think. And they know, and that's very unrealistic. I understand
It
that.
is very
But that's just the way
unrealistic.
that's apparently the way that some of these people think, that you're just supposed to be a mind reader and understand how they're coming off. When like, did you hear what the fuck you actually said to me? But you want me to take that some other way than what you. No, I didn't mean it, but you said
But that's
exactly
what you said,
that.
though, right? That's
Exactly.
But have you ever like so? So after I had the conversation with dude, they said I had too much testosterone and all that, right? So
I still can't get over that.
yeah, it's
like-
crazy shit, right? So I was like, so I said, so I'm listening to the whole conversation because it was like a half an hour, 45-minute talk on the phone, right? So I'm like, so he was like, well, our relationship will work if you don't ask me no questions, and when you take my answer, you have whether you like it or not. I was like, so basically, what you saying is, if I ask you a question, whether I like your response or not, I'm just supposed to sit down and take it and don't ask no more questions. Don't say nothing to you.
So in other words,
about
let
it.
him control you.
And dude
Yeah.
was and
Just
dude
because
was
you're the man.
Wait,
He was
hold
serious.
up, but this is funny. Dude was like, so if you put it, he was like, well, if you want to put it like that, then yeah. I was like,
See what I'm saying? Like
Why did you
he's
call
saying
me
it.
again, nigga?
Like,
Get the
did you
fuck
hear what
off
you
my
actually
lawn.
said? Now, like, did you hear what you actually said to me? Then when you repeated it,
And
like
then- and
when
then
you
I
repeated it
repeated
back to him, he like, well, damn, I guess if you're thinking like that, but now are you
is
really
that
saying that?
is that what you really saying right now? Like, you want me to sit down, shut up, and take your shit? Don't question you about nothing that you do. Take it and just
Yeah,
shut.
control issues.
Huh?
That doesn't make any sense to me.
I was sitting there like, okay, so, but the crazy thing was like, that was the answer that I needed to answer all of them questions
From
of
back then.
Why could we never get along? Like,
Yeah.
why was every conversation, it didn't matter what we were talking about, every conversation turned into an argument, turned into low blows, gut punching, like, I'm like, damn, like,
What are you talking
Some
to me
people-
for
some people
anyway?
just have-
I'm sitting here trying
some
to
people
figure
just have a
out what the
condition.
fuck did I do to this nigga that he just won't let up. And he finally told me, he's like, it's like talking to a man. You got too much testosterone. And you don't sit down and
he
shut
feel
up.
like he feel like you was too much of a challenge for him.
Yes.
You challenge him.
I challenge, yes,
And being saying that does not mean
that you,
you're battling him, right? Like it's just you. It wasn't enough. He couldn't get enough of his way with you. I'll say it like that.
yes.
He couldn't get enough of his way with you.
Yeah,
'Cause even saying challenging is like-
I'm not a pushover type of
Yeah, that
person.
was-
Like, you're not gonna just walk all over me, and I'm not gonna say shit. I'm just
Yeah, that's insane. I'm gonna always say something. I don't care. I've always, even when I was younger, I used to get in trouble because I always had something to say. I used to always want the last word. So yeah, nah.
Well, see, I don't even always have to have the last word.
When you're not making sense to me, I do.
That's bad though.
saying
That's
that.
bad.
See, I don't.
That's toxic. It's like because it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary.
But if I tell somebody, okay, you're right, and they keep going, what do other than shut the fuck up?
Well, you
what
know
else
what?
I'm gonna
Sometimes,
say?
and especially knowing you and your demeanor, right? You saying okay, you're right, just means shut the fuck up because I'm tired of hearing you talk. You don't actually agree with what they're saying, and what they're trying to do is
Even if I say it nicely.
to the point. Listen, I'm not saying you can say it nicely, you can say it meanly, but I'm saying if you say it in a way where it's not sincere and felt like you actually mean what you're saying, they're gonna see how you're looking at me. You just want me to shut up. She gave me the look. She giving me the eyes version. She giving me the eyes version of that phrase.
Yeah.
So yeah, but for real, like that's what it is. Like people will take that you're saying that just because you want them to shut up, and you're not even caring about understanding the point that they're trying to make.
That's because people be repeating themselves over and over again.
Well, the reason why they repeat themselves,
or is that just being
toxic, like you said? That nigga said I'm toxic.
It's another word though. I don't know if it's consider her being masculine though.
And see, and that's my thing. Like you know,
everything that a woman does that a man doesn't like isn't masculine. Okay, let's start there. Like,
but
use that as a scapegoat.
That's what's plastered on social media right now is women who want to wear the pants in a relationship. Women who like, and I mean it's a hot topic. It really is because you know men are like, oh she does she bossing
up. Well, they don't want to take care of us no more. And it's
not that we don't want to take care of you. It's not
being masculine.
The thing about it is, it's so many women that project the energy that they don't need a man. It's like, why should I even put forth the effort if nothing that I do would be appreciated? When that's all I want is to be appreciated in the end.
But is that the woman that's projecting that? Because
if the woman projects
a woman's biological role in this world is to submit to your man, right?
Yes, it is.
But a woman
and some of them ain't wired right. They don't.
But no, all women are wired that way. But it takes a certain type of man
to bring that out. You
have to be you have to be the correct type of man in order for a woman to be able to submit to you.
Saying that while at the same time, so many women and men, because I know y'all gonna say it, have unrealistic expectations for themselves when it comes to relationships.
They do.
You setting your fucking bar so fucking high, and you are a dust ball.
Damn.
Okay.
You're not the person. You're not the person that the person that you wants.
Okay,
but you want to project yourself as some kind of fucking top tier pedestal motherfucker when you.
Okay, that's very true. We're not talking about them because dudes do the same thing.
See, I said, didn't I say that?
Okay, I just want to make sure dudes do the same thing. But it's like, when a woman tries to get the best possible
Tracy
man.
shaking her head at you in the comments.
She did.
She shaking her head.
Did.
Oh, she shaking her head at you,
dust ball.
Yeah.
But I got something about a dust ball, dude. Continue.
Yeah, we still don't see. Now we always got to match energies and shit. We're never gonna resolve the problem because we got to deflect to what time. Go ahead.
Let's talk about the women. Women got issues. Daddy issues, mama issues.
But is it? But why? I think that boils down to why do women have those issues? Is it because it's not in our innate nature to have those issues? It's what has been projected. So if a woman is saying, "Oh, I don't need no nigga. I don't need this. I don't need that. I don't need," it's not because that's what she wants. It's because so many niggas in the past have let her down. That she like, hey,
right? Okay, I understand that. I understand that, but sometimes
I can't let you come into here.
But I understand that. But what I'm saying is, like, again, it goes back to her knowing who she is and having realistic expectations for herself. sometimes y'all are mad at the damn fish that y'all catch, but y'all's fishing in the same water with the same bait.
Okay, but listen though.
I'm glad you said that.
But as a man, okay, so if you find a woman that you want, that this is gonna be your wife, this is the woman that you want, but you see that this woman has, and it's nothing but past trauma from other relationships, are you going to be the man that's going to come in here and restore? Are you going to be the man that's going to come in here and say, hey, babe, I got it. You don't have to do that. Are you going to be the man to say, you in the house, the light bulb is out. You see that light bulb is out just as much as I see that light bulb is out. I shouldn't have to ask you to change the light bulb, because if I have to ask you to change that light bulb that we both see is out, I'm going to do the shit myself. Because that's now what I'm like, okay, well, he just...
So what was your original question before you got to the light bulb?
What was my question?
Because my thing is you're drifting off and shit. That's my whole point of saying that.
As a man, would you do what's required to do for that woman that you want to be with to restore her sense of femininity, for her to go back to what she is supposed to do? Because you gonna really come in and
you
take
can lead a horse to water,
role.
but you can't make it drink. Okay, if you present her with something better, and it depends on if she's receptive to it or not.
Well, that's something different. If she's
well,
not
that's
receptive.
okay. Well, that's what I'm saying,
But
I'm not saying just receptive. I'm saying receptive, deserving, and all of that, right? And the thing about it is,
how many women are really not going to, like, in all honesty, are not going to be receptive of that?
Some of them aren't. Some of them aren't. Some of them aren't. Some of them aren't. Listen, some of them aren't because they're so damaged, right? And then some men aren't the right men for some of these women.
They're not right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some of the men aren't right. You know what I mean? They make the mistake just like we do. Make the mistake of falling into the trap of believing somebody that is who they aren't. In the end, we find out. You know what I'm saying? That this the mask come out.
They be lying to me from jump though, so they don't make it that far. I done had dudes lying
I'm just saying in general. Man, y'all see the damn dude. You seen the dude on Metro Detroit News. This nigga been made that he under a damn fake name for 17 years. And his wife and kids didn't even know his real name.
I didn't see that. That's unfortunate.
They finally caught him in Detroit, I think like 2-3 days ago or something.
Oh, wow.
This dude in Detroit has been living under a fake name for 17 years. His wife and kids didn't even know. This nigga wanted it from North Carolina for some dope charges.
He probably got another wife down there. Some more kids.
I ain't gonna lie. He deserve an award for that.
Man, that's the finesse of the decade right
but
there.
But what did he originally get charged with? Like I didn't even hear that.
I guess what it was what the report said is that it was fleeing and eluding from, I guess, being wanted for some dope charges out of state. I guess they seen him, spotted him, and tried to flick him, and he didn't pull it over and got away.
They need to let that shit go now. It's been 17 years. Keep it moving. It's a drug charge.
I don't know. I think it was cocaine.
Like.
I was about to say it probably wasn't weed, so they gonna come get him. Yeah. But
it's a drug. Okay, I'm biased. I'm biased about that. Why? It's drugs. I mean, like he ain't kill nobody. Like he, you know what I'm saying? Like,
if it was fentanyl, he might have. Yeah. But, you know.
Well, 17 years fentanyl wasn't even.
Yes, it was.
That's what they want you to think.
Out like
yes, it was.
It was out, but it wasn't out like it wasn't in like
everything.
They didn't know. They didn't. It wasn't. It just wasn't in everything like it
wasn't
is now.
easy obtained.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's like you can get it off Amazon.
Yeah. I don't feel that. I feel that murderers should get more time than drug dealers. I don't. You know. I'm biased about that.
Most definitely, somebody who murdered somebody should get more time.
But they don't. You have people
I know.
Who get life.
It's people in Louisiana that's doing life for a joint.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
Not life for a joint. Damn.
Yeah, life for a joint.
Life
for a joint. I watched the story about it. I forgot the man's name, but he either had 1 or 2 joints, and they caught him, and he's been in jail
forever since
for like the past 24 or 25 years.
Yeah. Right.
He's not gonna get out.
That's crazy.
The only chance he has of getting out is if they make recreational weed legal down there, and
then they probably still won't let him out because they'll be like, "Oh, his charge was before."
It was before we legalized
it.
Still,
so.
dog, that's some.
That's crazy.
He black, ain't he?
Yeah, he's black. Of course, he's definitely black.
You gotta ask.
That's
ain't some
crazy.
black folk
But back
shit.
to what you were saying about what did you say about women talking to the right person? You remember what was that last week, the week before when I was at the liquor store? And that little man told me
The little stinky
the little
man.
bum. Yes.
Listen, I said the right person, not any person.
I'm just saying.
So what's your point?
My point is, just because he tried to talk to me and showed potential, I should have.
How did you get that out of what I said?
I'm just asking you a question.
Absolutely not.
He did want me to
I
buy everything.
didn't just say let yourself be had by any readily available motherfucker.
That would never happen anyway.
Okay.
Even once they got their stuff together.
At what point in time, after a woman has met with the man, do you feel like she should start like letting her guard down and taking away that so-called masculine mask?
At the point where you stop entering into a situation with your past on your mind. Because not everybody the same. And then they see that you got that I don't trust you energy, so now they can't trust you either. Like, well, it's like a back and forth thing. So you can't enter into every situation with your past
I
on your
think
mind.
I'm just too nonchalant. People can't really read me.
Okay, so this is the thing, right? For women who are strong, independent, got their shit together, right? If you relinquish your strength to a man that don't have your back, don't have your best interest at heart, wolf in sheep's clothing, that leaves you vulnerable to lose all your shit.
Ding, I gonna steal my shit from it.
Okay,
Right. So that makes a woman very protective over her, like, because you know what I'm saying.
When you say relinquish your shit, what exactly do you mean by that?
What I'm saying is, okay, so you take for example.
You let all your hoes go.
No. What I'm saying is like, men think that women are masculine when they're independent, right? Okay.
Not necessarily, but
So what
I
I'm
follow
saying
you.
is when you start to let go of some of the reins, because I mean life is you juggling everything, right? You juggling your house, you juggling your car, you juggling your kids, your bills, your job, your parents, your this, whatever, right? Okay, so if you've been on your own and
when you start to depend on him for relief of some of the
what I'm saying,
responsibilities
because if you a single woman, you got all these responsibilities, you juggling that shit, right? So you got it, boop, right? So if a dude come in and take one of them, he like, I got it. Okay, now I'm juggling what I got left. But if you fumble,
so here's the thing, though, right?
Dude, you just fumbled, like you just fumbled my shit.
So here's the thing. No different if if a man is taking care of his business and a woman comes in and decides to be the helpmeet that she's supposed to be, and say, pay one of the bills out of all of it, right?
Right.
Say that she slips, right? He should when she comes in with that extra, that doesn't mean that what he was providing goes away in that area. Right?
Right.
So vice versa, the same thing for you. If you are doing everything and then he comes in and he relinquish some of some of your responsibilities, right? Of course you're relaxed, but you still should have, per se, let's say income wise, enough to take care of it. Like, it's not taking away from your ability to do it. Right?
No,
if he
it's
slacks,
not.
you're still,
Don't
you know what I mean?
go
But
empty your
again,
bank account.
but again,
Exactly. Keep your money.
What I'm saying is just like you said, when you juggling shit, right? If I got all my shit taken care of. Like, I got my mortgage, my car note, my light, my gas, my cable, my this, my kids, this, my this and this and this and this, right? Okay, so let's just say hypothetically, right? You come into the picture. You like, hey, babe, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna handle the mortgage from here. Cool. I'm gonna let you do that. You the man of the house. You handle the mortgage. Okay, so what happens when you start slipping on my mortgage payment? You know what I'm saying? Now you gonna come to me 2-3 months later like, oh babe, by the way, I didn't pay the mortgage. Now you talk about my house in foreclosure. I
mean,
was fine. I was fine before.
It's fucked up if y'all have enough communication to where he comes in and says, "I'm going to relinquish some of the responsibilities," but then he don't have enough communication until 2 months after the problem has presented itself to say, you know what I mean? So you kind of exhausting the situation, but you know.
Exactly.
But I understand what you're
saying.
You see
what I'm saying? So at one point, does a woman say, "Okay, I'm going to trust you as my helpmate, and know that you got my back, and you're not about to leave me out here."
The man is the helpmate.
See, that might be the problem. For a helpmate.
I ain't never heard
it
like that before.
No, what I'm saying, for an independent woman who's already established, okay? So I'm not talking for the young people, but what I'm saying,
that means ultimately, you maybe just need to get somebody that's more on your level. You know what I'm saying? The more equal. That's where the old equally yoked come in.
Yeah.
And what it sounds like you're talking about is a situation where a woman is basically settling for less than what she deserves. You know what I mean? And maybe.
Not necessarily settling, but I'm just saying, I think it's.
What woman that has everything together that's going to bring a man in and hope that he takes care of one of the bills is not settling. That's set. She is.
Well, it is. No, it's. I don't think that's settling. But I'm just saying. Okay, like you take for example. I'll use myself as an example. Okay, I'm about to be 43 years old. I have three degrees. I have a business. I have my real estate license. I am. My life is.
You settle for the type of man that could possibly.
No, what I'm saying is, so for me, right, I own my own home. So let's say I got with a guy who may or may not have his own house, or may be in
So
an
what is
apartment.
she doing? What is she doing?
You're settling.
I'm
compromising.
No, what I'm saying is, if I'm,
it's a no for me. You gonna have to have everything I got plus some more. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So what she's saying is she's gonna avoid herself from being in the situation by doing what she said. You know what I mean? Because anything otherwise, you risk the chance of that happening. You know what I mean?
But see, I don't.
Well, let her. I want to see where you're going.
Where I'm going to. Okay, so at my age, it's a lot of people that have been divorced, right?
It is.
Okay,
Shit,
so
at my age too.
I can't say, oh, I'm not gonna date you. I'm not gonna see because you live in an apartment. Because you could have potentially had this big old beautiful house that you just lost in your divorce.
But see, that's the thing.
You see what I'm saying? You could have been like, hey, you got kids, you got this, so you might be like, hey, this is where I'm at right now. Because I personally know men who have got a divorce, and I'm talking. They lived in a big old beautiful house. Yeah. Their wife got the house. Their wife got the car.
You're considering the coulda, shouldas, wouldas.
And then now here they are now. That doesn't make them any less of a man.
No, having an apartment is just like having a condo. He has somewhere to stay.
He has somewhere to stay.
He's not a bum.
Right.
He ain't living on the couch.
So when I say settling, I guess.
So having a relationship with him, okay, well, I already have a house. So you can come, but that means
he can come visit you. That's about it. He can come visit you. He can come spend the night. He does not have to be there like that. That's causing extra problems. Because what if he is just all right with just his apartment and he still like you?
But if he's all right with that, then I'm not gonna press that issue. But the thing is, they're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Because you are established. It makes it and I was told this too. This is crazy. Said that I emasculate men.
I feel like you.
What does that mean? It said that I am too strong. I'm too successful. That I intimidate men.
I've been told that it's because you have.
No, that's not emasculating.
You need to find somebody on your level or more than you. My father always told me your mate should make as much as you or more.
Somebody says that you emasculate men. That means that basically you are like a male basher. You don't give men their credit. You speak
Yeah,
down on men.
I've been told all
and you know, and I mean the thing about it is you may have said something to them that warranted them to say that to you. I mean, you're not
like
giving us that energy now. Right. But in the heat of the moment, maybe, and you know, I mean, you may have said something to them in that moment that may have been a stinging truth. That now they feel like, oh, you're, you know what I mean. So that's the thing.
But if it's but if it's a truth,
it's not really an emasculation. Really,
it's a truth. I mean, I'm not.
And I've always said, like, if what I'm saying is offending you, then you're offending yourself because I'm telling the truth. So if it's a matter of you, you know, telling the truth that they couldn't handle, then that's different. But emasculating is like, you know, women who you see, like I see, bashing men online. You're even like I said earlier, women who are constantly talking bad about men, talking bad about women when they just simply can't handle a man's opinion, especially when it is something that they don't like about a woman. It's not bashing, and I don't look at it as you know, I used to feel like that when I was younger. When I seen those social media, I fell into the hype of that. But now I look at it more so as like we're just expressing our experiences about what we went through.
I think
you over there choking on what you choking on.
I agree with that. I just think it depends, and I think this goes for men and women. I mean, it depends on how. It's a way in which you get your point across when you're trying.
That's what makes it a match, right? Because saying the same thing to a different person could come off all the way
come off completely different way. So you have to know who
you're talking
to.
You know the people,
yeah,
and know yourself at the same time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, know how you coming off to people. Some people have no observation of themselves.
No, they don't at all.
Some people don't, but I feel like at your level of success, it's a certain type of male that you should be going after and or having yourself open to that person. They have to be above you.
But see, then I understand some women's mindset where it's like, you know, I'm not gonna I don't want to say have unrealistic expectations, but I want to have fair expectations for a man. I'm not gonna, you know, expect all of this, you know, certain like because some women may not want to come off materialistic. I don't know another way of saying it, but as far as valuing the man based off what he has,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So some women don't want to look at that, and I want to accept you and give you the credit for the person that I see you to be,
right?
And allow you to be in my life. But then sometimes they may fall short in other areas, and it's like, again, you know, you know, it's a sacrifice.
But sometimes it's like sometimes the men on your level don't be.
You have to find the right one.
Yeah, you have to find the right one. It's not
everyone that has everything that you have don't mean that it's gonna be a perfect fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it could be a personality mismatch. It could just be personal difference opinions. You know what I'm saying?
It's always
some type of unreconcilable difference. You know what I'm saying?
It's always something, because like nobody, like for me, like nobody unless I get to talking and like tell you about myself, like nobody really knows. Like,
right.
It'd be like, it'd be funny. I'd be like, dang, you got degrees? You know what I'm saying? It's like, cause I'm, you know, I'm kind of ghetto. Okay, been this way my whole life. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like I'm ghetto and educated. Okay, but then when you get it's just like when you get people who when you get people who are educated, right? Then they like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You know, because I'll talk about it. I'm not no big word type, you know what I'm saying? I'm just who I am. Like, my mom told me to go to college, so I went to college. Like, it's what it is. But they be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You not no suit and tie, you not no heels and dress, and right. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sit in no boardroom. That ain't what I want to do. But it's like, oh, but you got this and you got this degree and this degree, so you should have somebody on that level. But then when I find somebody on that level, I'll be like,
you don't fit in with them.
I don't fit in. Like,
then talk to a drug dealer. That's always.
I'm like, I don't fit in. I'll be like,
talk to a drug dealer.
I was gonna say,
street niggas love smart females. They do.
You can meet somebody that's a little beneath your level and motivate them to get to your level.
You can.
So it's not too far fetched to meet somebody under that standard.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't saying it's not definitely saying it wasn't possible, but
my history shows that's a no. I'm just saying, I've tried and really didn't work in my favor, you know. But I mean, it's cool.
It's just hard. It's just like, you know, I don't know.
It definitely ain't no instruction manual
it's
for this
not.
shit.
It's really no wrong or right way to do it. I mean, we
all
all learning.
You know, and the most that we can all agree on is that we all have our own preferences. This is for us specifically. You know what I mean? And we all want the same thing. Like when you ask somebody what they want in a relationship, right? Everybody say the typical shit as far as somebody they can love and trust. The white picket fence and all of that. So what you want, dear? You don't want nobody that you can trust? Goddamn, what the fuck do you want?
No, you said everybody says the same thing. I don't. No, that's probably about the only thing.
I'm just saying the core thing that everybody want the same thing.
No, I have two.
Okay, what?
I don't want a liar, and I want somebody I can trust. That's it. You could be funny looking, ugly, broke, cute.
Now, you know what? I do not.
Y'all, I'm lying. I don't talk to ugly niggas.
No, ain't right.
I do not.
We already know you ain't settling already for nothing.
Nah, I'm not. I'm not settling. No, I'm not.
She ain't taking no shit.
When I meet a guy, I do not tell him what I want.
I don't either, because they always magically
because they always that. I'm like, just show me. That's me. And they show you all of that.
Give you the blueprint of you're giving them the blueprint.
I don't
and
do
then
that.
how long can they hold up this facade?
I don't do that.
And when that armor start cracking and kinking and shit, you be like, hold on, like you ain't with the like.
Yeah, I don't do that.
It's only gonna hold up for so long.
You show me, you show me who you are.
Exactly.
You tell me, and then I'll let you know if that's what I'm looking for.
And it'll show in their actions because they say, "Oh, I'm the type. I'm a chivalry type of dude.
Yeah.
I hold the doors." But then you got to remind them to open the door.
In the first 5 minutes, you can see
they
was lying.
Right. Like damn, like what? Yeah. Oh my bad, the wind blew.
I thought you opened doors, right?
Yeah.
And I also don't tell, and this is something new moving forward in my life. I also will not tell about my past relationships.
That's a red flag for me. I noticed that's something that I'm talking to you, getting to know you and shit, and it's like all you talking about. If you even 30% talking about situations and shit, and you know, don't contrast nothing that I'm doing.
No.
You remind me as soon as you say I remind you, I'm out. Like I'm not interested no more.
And not only remind you of something or whatever, but then you can also get those type of people where you'll be like, oh, this is the type of relationship I have. This is what I don't want, yada, yada, woo. And then they will turn around and use that against you later on. Like, oh, well, you accepted it from him. So, you know what I'm saying? What's the problem now?
My son's father used to do that a lot. He really
like, oh, you let that nigga beat your ass. Like, oh, you let that nigga beat your ass, but you ain't gonna take it from me.
That's what I said that exact thing to when I was engaged in 2010, and she wanted to talk about all the shit with me. He used to all of the good shit, right? Mm-hmm. He used to do this and do that, man. I was like, but he also beat the fuck out of you.
So
right?
You want me to?
So you want to go? You want it all, or you want nothing, right?
You want the black eye?
You want to go back to that?
You want to wear them Mary J shades,
right?
Or you want to
like
smile?
Don't talk about you want all of the good shit that was about him and shit, because it was a bunch of fuck from in the beginning, how you reeled me in and shit. You telling me about all of the fucked up shit, the bad shit. But now that I'm with you and shit, now you comparing me like I'm just supposed to shut like I'm not no motherfucking BMF nigga and shit. I'm not.
Yeah, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
My ex definitely.
It should be like, I was never in no relationship
go back with
ever.
a drug dealer, then you need another drug dealer because they got more money than me, and I'm just like, I don't ask you to pay for anything. This
But they always want to throw that shit up in
she was
your
with
face.
a drug dealer nigga. It's like the type of shit that she was expecting and shit was drug dealer nigga shit. Like, that's the thing. I'm not that used to. You used to this nigga that's spoiling you and shit, brown nose and shit, but then whooping your ass at the same time and shit. But don't talk about all the good things that he did and leave out the bad.
And leave out the bad. You shouldn't have talked about none of it.
You shouldn't talk about none of that shit.
We shouldn't talk about none of it, good or bad. It should just be
trying to guilt trip me into doing what he did. So in my mind, I need to live up to this last nigga.
So what's a good answer when somebody asks you about your past? I prefer not to talk about that.
Past.
Or
You know what? I'm
Listen,
trying
listen.
to I'm trying to come up with a
What
spiel
exactly would they
for
be
that,
asking?
but it's
Like, tell me about your ex.
Here's the
Yeah,
thing.
like,
Here's
I've
the
had
thing.
that
Here's the
question
thing.
before.
That right
wild.
there is
It's
probably
toxic.
is the only instance in which you have a green light to have the conversation, right? You asked me about it, but now you out with somebody and it's like they just blatantly keep throwing it out there. Yeah, and then my ex, he used to.
But
I remember that.
even
It's
if-
like that's the shit. Like we're having a conversation. I ask you a question.
But
I
even
want to
but,
answer.
but even if asked, okay, so you asked. So tell me about your past relationship, or whatever, right? Okay, so you get to telling them about it. All that's doing is telling them what you will and will not accept.
It is.
It does not allow you the opportunity to grow. Like, okay, so if you out with a new guy, you out with a new girl or whatever, right? And they say, okay, well, tell me about your past relationship. Okay, when your past relationship dude was beating my ass.
Is that a good thing or
Okay.
a bad thing that you telling them what you will and what not accept?
No,
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is, right, so I'm out, right? This nice new guy that I'm interested in or whatever the case may be. We're on just like you said. You said that's a green light to tell you about it, right? So you asking me about my past relationship. So if I tell you in my past relationship, what that's telling you is, oh, okay, this is what she will accept. So,
It depends on the person.
It
depends on the person you're talking to.
But how will you know how that person is going to use that information at that exact
by how they treat
moment?
you
won't.
after
won't.
that, by
You
how
won't
they treat
know.
you, by
But
how
at that
they
point,
treat you
you've
after
already-
that.
but at
And
that
are
point,
you
you've
the
already told
person?
them.
Okay, you told them, but are they the person that are going to treat you that way? And then, secondly, after the fact that you went through what you went through already, are you the person that's going to allow somebody to do that to you again?
Okay, so let's just say, for
That's what I'm saying.
example,
Now
okay.
I'm telling you, I'm not about to make the
No,
same
but-
mistake twice.
but-
Exactly.
Okay, so-
I can see that.
So I told you, okay, this nigga did this XYZ to me, right? And you as the new dude saying, okay, you know, you sympathize, you like, okay, you're not gonna have to go through that no more. You take the high road of that, right? Okay, now you take it 2-3 years down the line. We still in a relationship. We got married, yada yada, woo, whatever. A situation pops off, and then here you go.
Divorce him.
Here you go.
You did not say you
go
divorce
on the-
him.
Here you
Divorce
go on the
court.
deep end, and then when I be like, "Well, what the fuck was that?" You like, "Oh, well, you took it," and then here you reverting back to what I told you 4 years ago about an ex situation. You like, "Oh, well, you let that nigga da."
I have been there before.
Well, here's the thing.
Exactly.
What's
Right.
the thing about it is
Now you throwing shit up in my
Yeah,
face
right.
from years
So-
ago.
so
I
I
shouldn't
guess-
have told you.
Yeah.
Because now,
Frankie
because
speaking
now,
from experience.
because now you know I got my ass beat. So now you saying, oh, well, you accept that because you let that nigga do it, but that was 20 years ago. So you gonna do it to me now?
But
You
see,
see what I'm
here's the
saying?
thing. But see,
But
the,
had I
the
not
rebuttal-
I
told
done took a boxing now.
Yeah, right. I was about to say.
Yeah, like-
I was about to say. The thing about it is, what you do is the rebuttal for that is, nigga, no, the fuck, I didn't take it. That's the reason why I wasn't with that nigga, and I got with you. Now you can end up not with, by yourself too, for
That's
that
very
same
true.
fucking reason. That's how you rebuttal that. Don't say you took
Okay.
it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you
But
took
at
it
that
from him.
point-
You can take it from me. No, I didn't take
I
it.
didn't
from
take
him.
it from him, which is why I ain't with the nigga no more.
And that's
Right.
how I got with your ass. So now, if you want to start that same shit, you know how it's gonna end up.
Right.
That's why I'm single. That's exactly why
So
I'm
you just gotta
single.
have a critical thinking, critical logical thinking skills and shit to navigate some of these. Some people just have, manipulative ways, and they try to, verbally trap you and physically sometimes trap you into controlling you and making you what they want.
Very true. Very, very true. Okay,
So yeah, you took it from him.
you took it
take
from him,
me.
so you gonna take it from me.
No, dumbass. If I took it from him, I wouldn't
I
have been with
still
you. I
would-
would
I
still
still
be
would be
there
with
taking
him.
it from him,
Hello.
and you would be nowhere to be found. And shit. You wouldn't be thought about.
He's not a critical thinker.
So now what?
Right.
Crickets and shit.
So now what, right? Because that's very true. But like I said, I mean, like at the time of you telling them that information, you don't know that. So
Yeah, so but thanks.
I
So
just,
when you
I've just
tell them that,
decided.
but
So
see,
when you tell me
when you
about a
tell-
past relationship, it's in the past. And
You tell them when you're ready to tell people about past relationships, and when
I ain't
it's when
saying
wait.
shit.
Listen, is when is when you're healed enough and prepared enough
Like,
to
it's
not
my first
allow
relationship.
yourself.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
shit.
well, listen. The thing about it is, so that sounds like you, to me, probably will never be healed from
It's
the
gonna
things
be
that you.
crickets. When you ask me about my past relationship,
Yeah.
You tell them you listen. Okay, well,
I
listen.
just tell
Listen to the
people
point
my
though.
ex
Listen,
dead.
you tell. Oh my God,
church.
you
What?
talk. You can talk about it when you're healed enough to where you want to allow the person that you're telling to do these things to you. When you are not naive, you know what I mean, and you are anymore about this thing in this situation,
And don't have your guard up.
and you know what I mean.
You
That's
gotta-
when
I don't
you.
think it's a matter of being healed from it. I just think, like when you meet somebody, you get to talking because you're getting to know somebody, and I mean, learning about their past is getting to know somebody, right?
Yeah.
It is.
So how you gonna use my past against me?
See, that's
see,
when
the
I
thing
come
about
back
it-
with shit that you told me about your past.
So you just cut the people off. I mean, if
Like,
that's somebody that
your daddy was a crackhead.
Damn.
I'm just saying. That's what
It's like you take it there. We gonna
we
take
gonna
it
go
there.
there. We're gonna go there. I used to talk to drug dealers, and they probably served your daddy. Like,
Right.
I'm not playing with nobody out here. I'm cool. I've told somebody some deep, dark, personal stuff that a lot of people don't know, and I watched, like you said, years later, a motherfucker threw that shit in my
Right
face,
back
and
up
I'm
in your
just
face,
like,
and you sitting there like, what?
I thought you liked me. I thought you loved me. And he like, I mean, I do, but da 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 da. And I'm just like, and that's why you're a crack baby. That's why your daddy was on crack your whole life and you ain't know till he died. Like, how the fuck you didn't know your daddy was taking you to a crack house?
Okay.
Like, I'll go there. I go low. I'm gonna go to the ground.
That goes back to the very beginning of the conversation, though. Going into a situationship, or whatever you want to call it, not healed.
Entanglement.
You're
I'm
not
trying to get
healed.
into
You got your guard up.
entanglement.
You comparing every situation to your
Yeah.
past. So you gotta let that hurt go
And that's
before
why
you
I
go
said-
into something.
and that's
Well,
why I
that you
said-
definitely have to do. You definitely have to let that go.
Yeah.
But I don't think
And that's-
letting it go means telling your new person about
Well, see,
it.
but that's why I say, like, if you completely healed, you won't be affected by it. Even if they do throw it up in your face, it's like, nah, you just showing me the type of person that you is. You just showing
I'm
me the
gonna
type of
bring up
person
some
that you
old
is.
shit that you said.
But
to
it's
me.
not. It's not about. Like I don't necessarily think per se it's about hurting me. Like when you bringing up my past, but like some of the stuff it'd be like, damn, here you go doing the same shit.
That's just like-
right.
that's
You
just
see what I'm
like-
saying? So now, like just like I said, so if you got a nigga who's abusing you, right, and you told him about that. So if he don't start to abuse for 5-6 years down the line,
You're not gonna think he would do that.
You're not gonna think he's gonna do it, right? And
Yeah.
then secondly, like if you didn't got married, if you didn't got kids together during this time, it's not no, oh, you did this to me, I'm a walk. Like now, damn, I done told you about this. Now you're like, oh, well, you took it from him, you can accept it. But now here we done created this whole life together. We got these kids. We done bought a house together. We got this and this and
And now you want to start swinging.
and now you want to start
Yeah.
swinging. Now you want to tell me,
I
oh,
went through that.
oh, well, you took
Yeah.
it from him. So I would just prefer not to even say that because you don't need to know that that's something that I went through. All I'm gonna tell you is I don't accept that, and that's that. You don't need to know that was a part of my past.
I think it's crazy that we have to like say that because people are so wild. Nah, don't put your hands on me. Like I shouldn't have that as a disclaimer. You should already know. Keep your fucking hands to yourself.
That's
Like I
just
shouldn't be
obvious.
telling you, oh yes, I'm not gonna let you give me a black eye, honey. That's not gonna. No, I don't feel like I should have to fucking say that. But the world that we live in now, you never know.
So what I
that-
equate-
but not only that, like physical abuse is not the only
Oh yeah,
form of
mental,
abuse.
verbal, all of that. Yeah,
and-
it's crazy
Right,
out
so,
here.
Right.
and while we on that, right, I guess that's where I come in, where I feel that if you were healed over these things, you'll be ready to talk about it. No different than situations where people were raped or in abuse, and at the time, maybe in the years that it was happening, of course, they were scared to talk about it because they don't want to be judged. They're scared
Yeah.
about what people's gonna think. But then after they completely, you know, they're healed about the situation. They're able to talk about it and not care what nobody think. You know, even about
And that's why
even
I'm
when
the
it's
way I
somebody's
am
relationships.
now.
You know, in relationships, you know what I mean. Women will come and say, "Yeah, you know, just talk." They open about the trauma that they went through, whether it was relationships.
But is it always? But is it always?
Because a woman
safe to do.
that's like saying a woman. I meet a chick, right, and she tell me that she been raped before. God forbid and shit. Then I fuck around and rape her and say, "Oh, well, you took it from them before and shit." You take no, you know what I mean? That's
right.
Not,
but how do you? I'm glad you said this. But so you met a chick who was raped before, and then she tell you she was raped. Okay, so you may not be a rapist, right? Mm-hmm. But what if she told it to somebody who is in fact a rapist or have rapist tendencies?
It's still not right. What I'm saying, my point that I'm making is not right for someone to do that. You know what I mean? That's not justification for them to.
And especially them coming back years later to use it against you. That mean they was sitting on that. And
They was waiting.
They was
waiting on that.
Right. But a lot of people sit on the information that you tell them about yourself and wait to use it. You know what I'm saying? They had a mental Rolodex about your life, about your past, about what you will and will not accept.
People that you think wasn't even paying attention.
People that you think wasn't even paying attention, and when the time comes that they go to that Rolodex, they pick and choose which page that they want to bring up today.
What you gotta understand, not everybody is like that. Not everybody is like that.
But how do you? I guess that's my
maybe
problem.
stop
like,
fishing in the same pond.
The only thing they can tell you is
I done fished in several
ponds,
and a lot of people were similar.
Not ignoring red flag. We all have that bad, right? We all give people the benefit of the doubt when we should be giving them the consequence of the doubt, because every time we skip over that gut feeling.
At the yellow flag, I'm out. Shit, you can't get past
every time we skip over that gut feeling or a red flag that we feel, you know what I mean?
Right.
We overlook it.
I'm not.
She having it at all.
I'm not like. Ever since that happened to me, it's so many people that done tried to talk to me, and I see them in relationships now and or about to get married, and I'm like, oh, that's so cute, but was you talking to her already?
Right.
Like, how you go from wanting to fuck with me, now you in a relationship with a bitch. Y'all happy on Facebook and shit. But you really miserable as fuck, because you should have just healed yourself, like we were saying, before you try to talk to somebody. Yeah. Because men be broken, damaged too, still trying to fuck on everybody and talk to everybody. It's not just women that do it.
In the ear.
Yeah, it's not just women that do it. Me, I can have sex without any emotions. I don't give a fuck. I walk
That'll be the topic for next week.
That is definitely a topic.
It is a topic, and I'm one of the ones
sex
that'll
with
write
no emotions on next week's episode.
Stay tuned.
I mean, you gotta remove your feelings sometimes.
Men do it all
I gotta
the time.
start the cigar room show up, man. Y'all keep giving me on here and shit like I got a coochie. I don't have no coochie and shit.
And shout out to Mark. He be giving us insight, man.
He do, and we, even though it's the ladies' room, we still need some input from a guy.
And that was I guess, you know, my place on the ladies' room in the previous seasons when I was the engineer.
Yep, and let me come to the cigar room.
I know, right? Come to the cigar.
Let me talk about.
I'm gonna ruffle some feathers in that motherfucker. I know I am. I'm definitely gonna ruffle feathers.
That might be a 3-hour show.
The way I think,
because you think too much like them.
I do, and they can't stand that shit.
You got too much testosterone.
Yeah, I do.
See, but the concept of it was so we can have a male show, a lady show, and then we can have a
group of all of us together.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah. So we had to put all of that together.
Yeah,
for
that's fine.
The future.
But yeah, I'm not playing with nobody. 10:42.
We got like 45 minutes.
Oh yeah, I thought it was 2 hours show. Yeah.
Oh, we good. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we really could talk about the sex with no emotions.
I mean, that's fine. I had, like I said.
I know.
Really
so
won't.
Is that?
It's
well,
just
honestly,
that
goes with our topic. Is that masculine that you can?
Yeah, I dog these niggas like they dog hoes, like they said on that song.
Not just one.
Play with me if you want to.
See, that's too much. That's too much testosterone.
Play with me if you want to. I mean, you know, I guess I'm just too nonchalant. I don't have the energy anymore to. Okay, no. If you about to play with me, I'm gonna play with you. We gonna put this game on 2 players, and you gonna see how it's about to go, and I'm about to kick your ass.
So see, now a man would think that's being masculine though.
They'd be
I
alright.
don't know if they. Do y'all consider that masculine?
A man would think that was being masculine. That you acting
Sex
too
with
much.
no emotions
You
from a female.
You acting too much like a nigga.
Nowadays, I would say no. That's not masculine. You know what I mean? Masculine is more so personality traits. You know what I'm saying? In my eyes, it's not a woman doing what's deemed a man thing to do.
So you wouldn't be mad as a man if she came up and was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Let me get a quick nut off, whatever. And then afterwards got up and walked out the house like, all right, thank you, appreciate it. Pulled off
Appreciate
like,
Yeah.
I'll talk to you
That's how I am.
later on.
I'll let you later.
I'll let you later.
Bye.
Talk to you next week.
week.
Yeah. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like a dude will be standing there like, did she just do that for real? But y'all do it all the time.
They do it every time down here. Shit. Yeah.
So what's the problem if a woman does it? Like
we a hoe. That's the problem.
Yeah.
We're just labeled a hoe.
yeah. See, and that's not fair.
I mean, but the
That's
way
a double standard.
these rapping females, they just call it big pussy energy.
This is 8:40. This is today. Now I ain't say read the shit out loud, but
I was gonna read it out loud.
but
Not
just
you was gonna read it
I
out
want
loud.
to know too. Especially with these songs, they definitely coming.
Yeah,
But that's how women
They
are
coming
now.
masculine.
I don't see that as being masculine and shit. Like y'all be wanting the shit just as much as we do.
I mean,
Ain't
one of my
nothing wrong with
Facebook
it.
friends
It's like,
posted
Okay,
something
so
the other day.
so this is not considered masculine.
A girl jumped in his inbox and was like, "What's
No,
up?
I just
Can I
wanna
get
know.
the dick?"
I don't.
Yeah.
And he posted that.
Basically, hold up. Basically, that's exactly what I just read. I ain't mad at her. You know what I'm
But
saying?
she posted his response. His response was, "Huh?" And he like, "Damn, like you don't. How are you doing?
Take me out to dinner
Yeah,
first.
like, did you have a good day and shit? Like, you know,
Men
it's
want to
right.
be
Look.
wine and dine too.
they do.
But see,
and
okay.
I'll wine and dine somebody that I
So,
like.
Mark,
Then it's crazy. We said this.
What I'm
Look,
saying
look,
is you
and then
you
that
okay
was
with
early.
that?
So what is it? So is so now I'm on the Libra scale. Is that so? Which one? Like, because I got asked to take out on a date, but then it said where the dick at? So which?
I mean,
and it's like okay, it's like you know what I mean?
if I want it, like my last Facebook status said, I'm gonna cut into you.
So you cool with that? Is what I'm saying.
I have no problem with
Is
it.
that masculine?
It's not masculine. I don't feel like I just got approached by a man. I don't
Is she
feel
being
nothing.
masculine or is she just being direct?
She's being direct. Like that's the honesty
She's
that
saying
y'all
what she
say that
want.
y'all want men to do, but y'all don't. Yeah. But if we do that, that's not. We don't get to be. We don't get what I want to say, a realistic response. Well, I'm not gonna say realistic because the response that y'all give is very realistic, but y'all don't give the response that y'all say that y'all gonna give when y'all talking to y'all girls and y'all saying, "Nigga, need to just be honest. You never know. That might be the same thing we want." No nigga in the history has came to y'all like that and just popped that shit off like that, and y'all was receptive to it.
Wait,
I would.
Just saying that I want to, you know what I mean? And if it was a nigga that y'all was already fucking with her,
I would-
oh, okay. You know what?
You know
I'll take
what?
that
Honestly-
back. I take it back.
honestly,
I take it back. I
if
take
he
it back. Because if it's a nigga that y'all want to
Right.
do something with, then yeah. So,
Exactly.
and
Well, I would
again, so
prefer you
yeah,
do
we're
that
not just
than-
receptive
than
to
play the
anything.
games.
Then to be acting like you want to take me out to dinner
Yeah,
when you really just want to go home.
I would respect you more if you just flat out came from the get go. And said,
Okay,
hey,
so
I just wanna
listen.
fuck.
So
Yeah.
if you
I'd be like,
listen,
all right, then-
here's the
then-
thing. Let me ask you something though. So if he just said that and you weren't receptive to it, could you still go back and be like cordial friends with this dude after he just cut into you like that?
I'm
Yeah.
friends with a lot of niggas
Yeah,
that cut
I
into
could.
me like that. And
I
they'll
could,
never
because-
smell
Oh,
it.
because you know,
Right,
because that's your
because-
demeanor. That's your
No,
demeanor.
I mean, I could-
What's my demeanor?
You seem like the type of chick.
We
that
know
you
where
could
the
say-
pants in her
I
relationship.
could because you
You seem like the type of chick
straight
that
up
can
and
take
honest.
She
that
walk
type
in
of
and be
a
like, drop
conversation.
them
and
drawers.
drop some draws.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
I mean, I prefer
You
you
seem
to
like
be
the type of chick that
honest.
would ask for that. You know what I mean? That would. You know what I
I'm
mean?
not.
You
Actually,
would.
I'm really fucking
you,
shy.
no, you
No,
see,
I ain't.
see,
Yeah,
nah,
yeah,
bullshit.
yeah,
Get the
right.
fuck out
But
of here.
whether you
serious.
ask for it or not, you can still be receptive to it. Like I would respect a man more if he just flat out came to me and said, "Hey, I just want to fuck."
But see, here's the
Okay,
thing, though.
then cool.
You don't.
Cool. Let me know what your intentions are. I may be cool with that.
You don't
know.
come off like the type of chick that would be that that would be open to that conversation.
And you said I am because
You
I got
do.
a smart ass mouth.
Yes.
So
And you gonna be like, okay, or not?
so for me,
You right, 'cause the nigga asked me earlier.
even if that's all you wanted to do, you would try to. Oh, well, let me take
need
you
to know
out
the
to dinner.
response.
Let me this, let me that, and then you
It was
playing
no.
with me. You see what I'm saying?
With the money, no.
Then you playing games.
She said no with the money.
Oh, you think I'm playing since you?
So he had the money for the pussy, and you still said no and shit.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oh shit!
They
What
pulling out the
honey.
screenshots
Nigga,
up
that
in
my
this
cousin?
bitch.
Look, no, I'm just fucking with you.
Hey, she got them screenshots.
They pulling out the screenshots, the inboxes. Like, look.
I
This
like
nigga
what
flashing
I like
his re-up
and who I
money and
like.
shit. He got that
I
whole motherfucking
got the
stack.
whole stack. Like,
And
look, this
then
is for you.
he gonna pull out the $37 out the pocket and shit. Like,
Oh,
I
that
like,
wasn't the price. The price was a wreck, and I still said no. Why y'all looking at me like I'm crazy? I'm fine. I got more than.
No, I wasn't looking at you
Oh.
like you was crazy for not done. I'm like, nigga, what?
I was
motherfucker?
shocked at him
Okay.
actually.
Do you know what I can do with $1,000?
Okay.
I mean, I've had people offer more than that, and I still said no.
But I'm just I'm shit. No, I'm talking about me as the man.
yeah, I
I'm
feel
not
you,
spending
yeah.
no $1,000 on no nut. I will give a nigga my lotion is right under the table.
For $2.
Wow.
I mean, yeah. So I don't know. But ever since I was younger, men approached me like that, regardless of when my mama was dressing me or when I dressed myself. And when I say that, my mother never had me in nothing tight. She always wanted me to cover
Well, that's
up.
because
But you just know you had ass
Yeah,
and
you
shit.
got-
That's all
But
that is.
right,
but that's what people see when they see me, and that's why I have these little fucking tiffs with people on Facebook, because they just swear to God I be posting this, that, and the third. Like, nigga, I've been dragging this around since I was fucking
8 years old.
Okay, I've had
It
this my
ain't-
whole
it ain't
life.
went nowhere.
It's nothing new. I didn't pay for it. I didn't.
You know,
get cut.
that is a fucked up, I guess, what stereotype, if you want to call it.
It is.
Of
Yes.
no, like just stigma. That's what it is on black women, where it's like, you know, because y'all can't help how y'all shaped in y'all bodies, and it's like sometimes when y'all wear
Yes.
stuff, it's almost like it's insulting to some people
Yes.
who don't have it, right?
Yeah.
It look like you're doing too much.
Yeah.
I mean, you're attracting attention. Like, you can't wear certain things in workplaces now. You know what I'm saying? And shit
Yeah.
like that, because it's like you
But I
attracting too much.
can't though.
You can't fucking help it.
That's the thing. Like, I've been in the workplace where they was like,
like
well,
what
you
they
can't
want you
wear
to-
this,
what
and I'm
they-
like, well, what do you want me to wear?
A curtain. Put the curtain
Then-
on from out the
then I
house.
come in there with the khakis. They like, you know what? Go back to the leggings because the khakis is too much of a distraction. And I'm just like, but I told you this prior to you making me go buy these stupid pants. Just let
So
me
that's
wear
all
what
you
I
can
want.
wear is leggings.
No, I wear jeans too, but you know, leggings are comfortable. It's a lot of room.
The ass on the ass and whatever you put in,
it don't
whatever
matter
you
what
wrap
it
them in.
is.
And shit.
It's gonna be there, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, I can't help that. So I've lost friends, female friends, because I've
Just
drawn
got too much
attention.
ass.
Yeah, like I done had chicks tell me like, oh, we can't go out with you, and now that I'm older and asses are in, I got a couple friends with BBLs and shit. They want to go out, they don't care no more. But back in the day,
before,
oh no, oh hell no, it's too many niggas beeping, it's niggas pulling over, niggas crashing, and I'm just like, that has nothing to do with me.
She said niggas crashing.
Oh, I done caused quite a few car accidents on Outer Drive in Finkel and on Grand River in St. Mary's, just a few, you know.
This nigga know the block. On the 27,000 block of St. Mary, this motherfucker smashed his Camaro over this ass.
It wasn't that many, but I definitely remember where I was when they
She got
happened.
trophies on the wall, pictures of the accidents and the ass
Right,
and shit.
like it was my
motherfucker.
Like, that was my fault right there.
That was my ass that did that.
This is my first accident.
Fuck you, dog. Accident. You stupid as hell.
This is the one, my most recent accident.
You know, I'm just happy that people are embracing booties now, because people don't bother me that much till they realize it's real. Then they be like, oh my God, you're like a unicorn.
A rare breed.
Yeah, like what? They like, yeah, it's rare out here now, and I just be like, for real? But I don't really be outside like that.
See, I like
so.
everything on chicks. Like, I can appreciate, like, I see shit on all of y'all. Like, I can appreciate it's like, and I'm weird now to the point where it's like, I like shit that you can't fake, you can't buy.
Like
So,
a
like, I like
nose and
elbows
nails
and shit.
Yeah,
I like the back of
I
your
wanna
leg.
know what.
right.
Yeah.
What you
I
like?
like, yeah.
You like my eyes? They brown. I know.
I ain't
that.
never got my eyes did.
Yeah, I like some shit you can't shake, and like you can't fake and shit. You can't go in the damn doctor and buy. Let me
Like
see your
what?
shoulder blades.
What can you not buy though?
What can you not buy?
They out here elongating legs now, so
Yeah,
it's I mean,
They
Ooh,
extending penises.
I want to
so
do that.
I wanted that, but then I thought about my arms. Cause I don't want to look like a T-Rex.
She said they out here extending penises. She was like, I wanted that.
No,
I'm like,
we talking about legs.
We was talking about
She said that.
about
No.
it was
legs.
just the,
Like
way,
I
the
want
timing of that sentence. It just was like, yeah,
It
it hit my ear
was.
crazy.
We ain't even hear what she said
No,
though. That's the
I was
crazy
saying-
part.
it definitely went with what I said.
No, I was saying I want to get my legs then.
See, and I
wanna
wasn't the
be-
one who said that. Frankie said that first. I was just elaborating.
I am so
But
short.
yeah, I need to know what body part are they not changing? Mark?
They
Your
change it.
brain, shit. That's some of the
What's
the
on your
main one they
mind?
need to change and shit. They need to change some of these people's brain.
Okay, that's okay. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, what that
Yeah.
video say? They out here with body with no brain.
Yeah.
You know, and y'all need to look out. You know what I mean? While y'all done fan-feared this, I ain't gonna say y'all like y'all are fans of it, but you know this LGBT shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like no knock to nobody in their lifestyle. Want to get canceled or nothing, but you know they want to put the damn uteruses in them and shit, and they can make them have babies.
Make
now,
them be able to
man.
produce.
My fear with that is their bodies will reject that and they won't survive. And I'm not talking about a baby. I'm talking about them.
Yeah, well, yeah. And a lot of, and the thing that we don't talk about while we're ushering this thing into kids, where we're allowing them to change their genders, is the people who changed their genders and went through the surgery and then like had a drastic change of mind, and then a lot of them have committed suicide for that. And I mean, that's the reason why LGBT trans suicide is so high, is for that reason. It's not because of nobody
Outside
killing them
people,
or no,
yeah.
it's them. They can't live with that decision. You know what I mean? They went on with that fad for that trend. You know what I mean?
It's
And
the
they found out
unsatisfiable.
it ain't all what it cracked up to be. You know what I mean?
Well, that's because they face so much in society.
They do.
If you wake up every day, I've always said this, and this ain't even just for that community. This is just for people in general. If you wake up every day and lie to yourself about who you are and what you are, to the point that you go out in the world and expect everybody else to honor that shit, that is a mental fucking illness to the fucking 10th power.
Yes. Okay.
It is,
would
but I feel like
agree with that.
You're
But
lying to yourself about
how many people wake up every day, like whether you transgender or not, you wake up every day and you lie to yourself.
That's
about who
my
you
point.
I'm
talking about
transracial because sometimes I wake up and I want to be a white lady.
Well,
But since my great grandma was white, I feel like I'm cool with that.
I feel like I'm trans financial.
That's the same thing I was about to say.
I was born in the wrong tax bracket.
I was born in the wrong tax bracket.
When
I am
go to
supposed
the
to be
check,
a billionaire.
When I go to the bank with my $100 bill, put the other 10 zeros on
I
it.
want you
Exactly.
to act like it's a million, right?
Yeah, like you need to let me be who I want to be.
Treat me as the millionaire that I identify as.
Right.
Exactly. Like
I mean,
give me
that's the only-
loans when I go to the bank and shit and ask for them.
Yeah.
Just like they could go have surgery, why can't I just go to the bank and be like, I got this
easier.
$1,500
Listen,
here.
I say it's easier
Give me
to put $1 million
$35,000
in my
make
bank
it enough.
account than it is to make my penis a vagina. It's much easier.
It's a lot easier.
That would be very true.
And
With
then
less
But they're still not
So
gonna
how
do
you-
Less
that.
with-
complications like a motherfucker. Yeah, that's
So
way
y'all know
easier.
about all the other trans, right?
What
About
else?
trans age. You ever heard of that? The people who are grown as hell.
Oh,
and
they be like
identify-
babies.
That
they
identify
with
as
being
babies.
Yeah.
Or the
Yeah,
people
crazy.
who identify as a disabled person.
Transabled.
They
Transabled.
got transabled.
Oh
Transabled.
yeah, this lady said she believed she was supposed to be blind, so she went and made herself blind because she felt like she was supposed to be.
Okay, so
And
yeah,
transracial, the other lady, who
Rachel
was,
Dozier.
Rachel
Yeah.
Dozier, who thought she said
That's
she
why I
was
just
black.
said I'm white. Shit.
Yeah.
In the
Kodak Black
wintertime,
said
I'm
it.
basically,
My name Kodak Black, but when you see me, I'm white.
When you hear me on the phone, I'm white.
I'm white.
Okay, I could throw my proper voice on.
Do y'all have
I channel my great grandma.
Do y'all have a white girl voice? You have a white girl voice?
Yes, definitely.
I
You got
speak
to.
the
You
way
got
in
to.
which I speak now because my relatives used to make fun of me when I was younger.
But
Because
we
I
call
went
it-
to all private Catholic and Christian schools up until like the 8th grade. So, yeah, they made fun of me.
The ghetto Catholic.
Yeah, they did. When I came to black schools, it was over. Like, I didn't even know what a school dance was till I was in the 8th grade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I
They
didn't
was
know
all-
we had
that
our
shit
own
by that
history
time.
books and shit. I ain't know none of that.
By that
But
time,
let's be
8th
clear,
grade,
it's not talking white. You talking proper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all it is.
White people not the only one know how to talk proper.
Exactly.
But I'm not saying talking proper. What I'm saying is like talk completely different.
When you say
like your
awesome,
whole-
that's great.
yeah, like
You
when you're
well, what
No,
that's
what
what
I'm
it's
saying
called.
is
What that's
like,
called is
what I-
code switching.
you know,
That's
what
code
I'm saying, like when
switching.
your
Yeah.
whole
Switching.
tone, when your whole tone,
The pitch and everything.
everything
I remember
changed.
Yeah, I do
I asked
that,
my
yeah.
mom.
You be like-
I was a kid because I used to notice
Yeah.
it. I said, "Mama, why do you talk different when you on the phone?"
When you on the
with people?"
phone.
Yes.
Like,
People think my mother is white. When they call, they automatically, when you talk to her, period, it doesn't matter on the phone or whatever, they
Her
think
tone
she's
is
white.
different.
I
Yes.
have an aunt, and she had that shit down to a T. Like when we used to call her, she'd be like, "Hello, this is you here?" And we'd be like, Auntie? And then she'd be like, "Oh, hey, y'all." I mean, it would be a complete
Yeah.
She turned into a completely different person. We'd be like, because we used to call, so we call in the house, do.
But y'all don't think that other races do that? Like, in their own homes, they up there N-wording it out. Like, yeah.
Yes,
I
do
think they
that.
are.
That's
But-
cold switching
you know
too.
they are. Yeah, you're most definitely.
But-
You know,
But what I'm saying is like, it's crazy. Like, okay, when you on the phone, you can pretty much tell. And tell me if I'm the only person doing it, but you can pretty much tell the race of whoever it is that you're talking to.
Yeah.
Like you
For
could
the most
absolutely
part,
tell.
yes.
You could absolutely tell the difference in whether or not you're talking to a black girl or a white girl, or whether
Or
you're
a
talking
foreigner.
to or a
Yeah.
foreigner,
Definitely.
or a white guy or
Yeah.
a black guy or
Yeah.
a foreign. Like you can absolutely tell by their tone
I
of
almost
voice.
can tell they weight too. Like,
Like
okay,
you
he
feel
kind
like,
of heavy.
wait,
He kind of heavy.
wait. He talking like
right.
having a hard time breathing. But you could absolutely tell. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell. Like I don't know. Like it seems like to me, like most black women, like our voice is a lot deeper.
Yeah, I have a deep voice. I think I
Yeah.
sound like a
Yeah.
13-year-old boy.
Yeah. I always felt like my voice was deep.
Yeah.
I hate my voice. I'm actually surprised I'm even on it because I can't stand the way I sound.
I always
hate
hated my
it.
voice.
I've never been a fan of my voice.
But see, I have like so many different tones. So see, like this is one, and then I can like change it up to like this. And,
Nah,
and it'd be
I
like-
got
and it'd be
Barry
like-
White in this. In the morning, I sound like Barry White, and then.
But I can like
yeah,
bring it
this.
up. I can like bring it up
She's a white
octaves. You know what I mean?
Very white in this. It was the same voice and shit.
It's the same voice.
Nah, my voice way deeper in the morning. I can't do the voice.
Oh
'cause my
yeah,
voice
in the
ain't
morning,
that
some of
deep.
y'all be sounding like the fucking
Yeah.
battle toad and shit.
Yeah, I feel like call me after 12. My voice softens up a little bit.
I thought I had some water.
Yeah. Wait till
No,
I
I'll
wake
be
up.
like,
all
I'll
the
be
way.
like, when somebody call me early, I'll be like, hello. Hello.
Yeah, you
They're like-
sound
they'll be
like
like,
a
is
damn
this- I'll be like, hello.
librarian. And
Yeah, I'll
shit.
be like, I'll be like 8:00 in the morning. I'll be like, hello.
But do y'all feel like that's necessary though?
Sometimes I
It
do.
depends on who's calling me.
Sometimes I do. Like it really depends.
I'm talking
on
about
who-
just switching your voice in general.
if I'm
Do it
if
depend on
I'm,
the field or just
Yep.
in
If
life?
I'm
So basically,
if
what
I'm
it is
talking
is
if I'm talking business, I always
I was just
go
about
up
to say.
3,
So we
4
do that. We do that
octaves.
to sound professional, right? So what is that saying to ourselves? Like we don't sound professional otherwise. Like we don't sound, you know.
Not to the world. No.
No,
We don't.
You know what? And that's kind of the reason why. Like, and I think maybe broadcast school did that to me, where it's like it kind of took a lot of the nigga out of how I speak. Like I find
Yes.
myself pronouncing the words all the way
Pronouncing
to
the
the
words
end.
Yeah,
correctly.
even
You
when
know
I'm
what
in a
saying?
crowd
And-
of black
and-
people.
Yeah, yep. You know what I'm saying? It just
Now see,
yeah.
I do that regardless.
Yeah, I just talk. I feel like I found a nice blend in between, sounding and talking, speaking proper.
So do you ever get
And-
like, oh, you trying to talk white because you talk?
No, I don't know, because I think I have a good balance of it. You know what I mean? And then I still throw my cuss words in here and there. You know what I'm saying? So and then I guess it's just a balance of your personality, the words that you use, your vocabulary, and just how you come off to people. You know what I mean? It's just, but it's crazy because in the professional setting, like per se. In newsrooms, you know what I mean, when I done met with anchors and stuff like that, you know what I mean,
Right.
they know me on the more professional side of things, but then when they meet me, they like, dude, like you really like you like a regular hood dude.
You like a
know what I
regular
mean?
hood dude,
And then
yeah.
it's like people from the hood that know me from being a hood dude, you know what I'm saying, and they see me on the news talking about, hey nigga, like you like professional and
Like,
shit.
that
you know
ain't
what I mean?
you.
So it's like, I'm kind of like
You
a
can
good,
turn it off and on.
yeah.
So do you ever get like, I know what I have gotten before in the past is like, oh, you stuck up because you talk proper because you
Oh yeah, people call me bougie.
you
'Cause
get
I'm
called bougie
yeah.
because you talk proper, and I'm just like you. I mean, I was trained to talk properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most that I get, you know what I mean, they're not gonna push me past calling me a superstar. They're not gonna say bougie, oh you superstar and shit, because I'm still hood, but at the same time they'll try to that's the card they'll play on me and shit. Like you
Nah,
try to
don't
say
you
you
call
too
me
like
white.
you bigger. You too big you think you better than somebody.
That's what I
you
get.
you the
think-
superstar and shit. Like
you think you better than somebody. You bougie.
Type shit.
You this,
Nah,
you that.
nah.
So I be trying to bring it down.
Like,
Because,
you the superstar. I know you ain't coming around. You too busy and shit. You are.
Yeah.
Like, they ain't gonna say bougie, but they'll say superstar. That's the word they use to me and shit. You know what I
I
mean?
can see
But
that.
but correct me if I'm wrong. I think most of us do it just out of fear of being misunderstood. Maybe like pronouncing all your words is just like you just don't want anybody to get it twisted. So when you in that professional, you want everybody to be on the same,
Yeah,
the
and
same page.
I created a habit of doing it just so, to because I knew that I would be in more professional rooms and around different kind of
Right.
people. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to make it a habit so that I would never have, like, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Right.
It'll be
Yeah.
a less probability of me slipping out with the nigga shit at the wrong time.
At the wrong time.
If I sharpen myself up and make myself, throw a little bit of TI on myself, you know what I
Right.
mean, and be, that, you know what I mean, to talk like I got some sense, basically, and not be so 7 Mile and Van Dyke.
That makes sense to me.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So how do y'all feel about this air quality? Because
Oh shit, this shit is
I
crazy.
almost
Yeah.
died.
I almost-
I don't know what this shit really is. For
Honestly,
real.
it
Man.
haven't bothered me at all. I haven't.
I see it like a motherfucker, but
see
it's
it,
like,
yeah.
I don't. It hasn't bothered
That
me either.
shit
I
was
smell
so
it
strong.
and I see it, but it ain't like.
I haven't been affected by it yet. I'm
That
saying.
Yeah,
shit
like
was
knock on
so
wood type
strong
shit,
right.
yesterday.
They said today was supposed to be worse than yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Man, yesterday, my kids, my boys, it was like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. Them 3 little dudes want to go outside, right? So I'm like, I mean, they have been, well, them 3 little dudes, they some outside hood rat kids, okay? I don't know where they came from.
Hey, at least they ain't.
Right. At least
In
they
the
go
house.
outside.
They some
Right.
hood rats, right? So they like, I'm going outside. So they asked me like 10 motherfucking times so they go outside. I said, fine, take y'all asses outside. They run outside. They left the garage door open.
Oh, you could smell it coming in
and
the
that
house.
shit came all through. I said, what? I mean, it smelled like burnt
Rubber and chemicals.
I
Yes,
said, if
it
y'all don't
did.
bring y'all monkey asses back in this. I mean,
Right. Come back in the house right now.
It took about an hour to get that smell out of the house, and they literally only had the door open for like 5 minutes. It was so bad. You saw the smoke all. I was like, oh hell no. They like, we can't go outside. No. It was
Yeah,
just
that
that
shit,
shit.
like-
Oh my! I turned on the air to try to filter some of the
I
smell
remember.
out.
I remember the first day in like the beginning of April when that shit first came, and it was like before it had even made the news and shit. And me, in the morning, a lot of times, when I get up, I'll pop me a couple mushrooms and shit, right? So I go outside,
You
I
thought
get in
you
the
was
car,
high?
and I'm looking around.
Like it kicked in.
Shit ain't adding up right.
I'm like, I'm like, man, is my eyes foggy? Like,
weed this morning.
like I got like, why is it like? Is it like what is it like? Is it smoke outside? Like what is?
Yeah.
Like, am I tripping? And then later on that day, I just kept saying, people say like, why is it so cloudy? So I'm like, see, I knew I wasn't tripping.
That wasn't me. Like,
and
I
now
ain't
we
going
got a
crazy.
whole smoke demic.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because it's not even just Michigan. It's
Yeah.
all the
No, they said
whole
in New
Midwest.
York.
Yeah, the Midwest
Yeah.
is definitely.
Yeah.
So, do y'all feel like this is covering something else up larger?
Definitely, because why
What
is
I
the
would
fire
do-
still going on? For
What I
one?
mean, it started in the beginning of April. Like, goddamn, like what the? Like, are y'all just burning Canada
Y'all need
off of the
some
top of
water?
the continent? Like,
Or
what
are
you
they
doing?
burning all the weed up there? 'Cause
What's the
Canada has
deal?
great weed.
Are
so.
there people? Are there people in this fire? Like, I
And
need
then,
to
and
know.
then, and,
Yeah.
and then, like, right. I want to know what other wildfires could have possibly happened in Canada. Because this is the first time in my life that I've ever seen
That
this.
I have ever seen
Yeah.
anything like
So
this
this is
before.
the
It's
like,
always only
what's
been
special?
California.
What's special? Right. So what's special about this fire that
It's
you know that's
taking
it?
over all
And
these
then
states.
and then it's so far up in northern
Yeah.
Carolina. Like so,
We shouldn't feel the
so here's
effects
the
of it
thing.
down
So
here.
so in between here and where the fire is in Canada, there should be some smoke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's none.
It's none.
man.
Yeah, it's none.
It's like that shit. Just the smoke just jumped over Canada, and just
And
landed,
just landed on us
Yeah.
like.
That's why
or
I
the
feel
wind just
like
blew that shit
it's.
around.
I just
like, how
don't
the
get it.
fuck-
Then I also heard it was like these two ladies eating the deer raw in the woods.
Okay, that's
in
just
Canada.
nasty.
Yeah, it was on Facebook.
You be finding some of the weirdest shit on
I
Facebook.
swear.
I do.
I just want to where I'm like, wait, what am I not scrolling on? Like, what am I not? Because I
Oh
don't
man,
see
listen,
none
I
of
got
that.
some. I know a website where all of that crazy stuff come from.
What's the
man.
website?
I'll show you after.
It's
like,
probably some shit I already seen.
I-
She probably already got in her archive.
Like,
Well,
where
you,
y'all be getting this
I mean,
crazy
I wouldn't be
shit from?
surprised, but I doubt it. Like, it's like some band from YouTube type. I mean, all of those gory videos that you see on Facebook, you see on Facebook back in the day.
Yeah.
This is the site that it comes from, and I'm not talking about Rotten.
I wasn't talking about that
Oh,
either.
okay.
Look at this. You seen that? So you live, and they just had a shooting on Spencer and Lance.
Damn.
Ain't that around the corner?
That's what I mean, because people know that I'm doing. I got, I do the journalism and stuff like that. And how much time we got?
20 minutes.
Oh,
20
well, shit. You
minutes.
know what? Y'all engineering. Let me go around here and put the news.
He out.
Juju, he on his way.
Juju, right? He on
Okay,
his way.
thank you.
Thank you for the
What
info.
time is it?
It's 11:10.
Oh shit.
You said
You
you
it's
out.
late as hell. You need backup? The fuck? Yeah.
We about to get off here now. Shit.
I was about to say we might as
Yeah, we
well.
are. Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Ladies Room.
Absolutely. Thank y'all,
had a
everybody,
good
for
talk.
tuning
Thank
in.
you, y'all. We'll see y'all
And we will
next
see
Thursday.
y'all next week.
Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.